Remember Moby, the least talented bald person ever? Bald people are usually really talented. He's not. He just released a music video. I wonder who the villain is. So, that was an awful song, by the way. Trump becomes a flying robot who turns into a swastika and terrorizes the city before exploding under a dose of truth. That's about as edgy as Moby's head. And the hateful hits keep coming. Here's a Nebraska Democratic official, Phil Montag, right after the Steve Scalise shooting. Listen.
No, this like his whole job is like to get people, convince Republicans to kick people off health care.
Okay.
We know all of
I
this.
hate that. I'm glad he got shot.
We played in
I'm glad he got shot.
Dude.
I'm not gonna say that in public.
You don't have
Well,
to say
then
that
what are
in
you
public.
saying it to us
Say
for?
something. Say something.
What are you telling us for?
I wish you did.
Wow. They fired him. But why? He was just saying what a lot of other lefties feel. He just got caught. But damn, there's a lot of hate coming from the party of tolerance. They demonize those who disagree, and then they wonder why America is so divisive. So, like me on Leather Night, the Democrats are in a bind. They made the Georgia election such a big deal. Then they lost, and now they want to move on. But you can't say nothing to see here after taking a dump on live TV. I should know. I mean, Sulu got involved, the intellectual version of an elevator fart. So why did John Ossoff lose? Was it the fact that he was only 12? But he wasn't that bad. He's not hateful. It was the hate around him. The left aren't pro-anything, just against you. They hate you. Think about it. They had tons of money and Hollywood star power behind them, and they still lost that seat. It's because the only idea they have is rage. Let's compare. At Trump's victory rally, a president who talks about you.
The truth is, people love us, all of us. They love us. They don't get it. They haven't figured it out yet. You know, they're still trying to figure where all of those voters came from. Those voters came out of the hills. These are hard-working. We have the hardest working, the smartest people, the toughest people. They're very lucky that our people don't protest, believe me. Believe me.
Man, got a lot of gum-chewing people, too. On the other side, what do you get? A Democratic Party that only talks about him.
What you're seeing is those voters being repulsed by this president and giving us a look on the Democratic side.
Now, do you think that you'd be in this situation as close to your Republican opponent if there were anyone other than Donald J. Trump in the Oval Office?
The administration's performance has not inspired confidence in anybody, I think, and concerns about the integrity and competence of the administration have only grown over time.
I think he mows my lawn. Anyway, it's hard to win when you stand for nothing but hating one guy. And then you add Alyssa Milano, who's telling you how to vote, and she doesn't even live there. Who's the boss? My ass. So, the Republicans showed us that a strong woman can win when she runs on something other than being a strong woman. She persisted, unlike you-know-who. Hollywood should applaud, but instead they wish for murder. I'd say the Dems have to go back to the drawing board, but even the drawing board sucks. Because at the root of it is their addiction to identity politics, which attempts to replace a singular identity, American, with 100 quarreling tribes. And now the party must feed the tribes. Since it's all based on difference, the diet is demonization. Right now, identity cultists on campus are attacking speech and making free thought a sin. This can only lead to violence because once you eliminate debate, then there's no stopgap between emotion and violence. Anger becomes a fist. It's happening on campuses, and it's spread to the Democratic Party. It's getting really weird. At least they stopped talking about Russia.
Manafort's man in Kiev, Russian army-trained linguist turned Ukrainian political operative Konstantin Kilimnik. Konstantin Kilimnik. Konstantin Kilimnik. Konstantin Kilimnik. Konstantin Kilimnik. Konstantin Kilimnik. He was Russian military intelligence.
No, she'll never stop. Let's welcome tonight's guests. He's so smart that Jeopardy watches him every night. Washington Times opinion editor and Fox News contributor Charlie Hertz. He's so tough, he exfoliates with a cactus. He's a metrosexual Popeye. Host of Hollywood Weapons.
How did you get that in, didn't you?
Yes. On Outdoor Channel, retired Special Forces Terry Schappert. She's saucier than a jar of ragu. Co-host of the Fox News specialist, Kat Tibbs. And he could totally make out with the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Former bodyguard and my massive sidekick, Tyrus. All right. Charlie, is it wrong? Am I exaggerating to say that the Democratic Party has some serious problems?
No. I mean, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're only now, like, people are starting to say, well, you know, maybe Nancy Pelosi isn't the best leader for us.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
She has been around for 2.5 decades.
It's amazing.
And they're not a party of ideas. And your intro there, it's exactly right. I mean, you know, it's all identity politics, and then it's identity politics, and then it's also this sort of coalition of special interests. Mm-hmm. And when everybody scratches everybody's back, that works just fine. Mm-hmm. But now, they have no ideas. There's nothing, you know, bringing them together.
They operate in the assumption that the country itself is damned, so they can't agree with anybody in these little warring factions anymore. It's just them.
And the net result, and that Moby thing. I mean, yeah. Forgive me, I'd never heard of the guy.
Neither did he.
But you go through the thing. It's just socialist garble.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just nonsense. And you know, and that is what these people believe. If you believe in the state, you believe in socialism, then killing somebody because they have a political difference is perfectly fine.
Yes, exactly. That's what it is.
Ask Stalin.
Yeah, they don't think you're wrong. They think you're evil, is the old line. You know, Terry, the one thing that the Democratic Party and the campus have in common is that they're trading life experience in exchange for a person's identity. So an identity is an achievement, but let's say you're in the military and you start a small business, you're actually valued less than like a 16-year-old with a nose ring.
Yeah, no, you're right. I have less to offer. By the way, that was a very long but very well done. You kind of covered the whole darn thing tonight. We almost don't need to talk, but we're going to anyway.
Yeah.
So, okay.
You could have worn a jacket.
By the way!
Yeah!
Whoa! Okay, stop. No, stop.
We wear jackets in this league, son.
No, just so you guys know, backstage in the green room, I had a jacket on. Greg saw the creature of Black Lagoon and goes, no, take it off. We want to see. And he always does this to me. He always sets me up. And I fall. I kept questioning, what do I do? What do I do? Every time. The identity politics thing.
Yes.
Well said on your part, because identity politics, humans are tribal, and tribes go to war. They just go to war for resources, for power, for territory. And right now, like you said, the friend of my, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But it's so funny because you see a lot of this stuff fracturing already, where like the Black Lives Matter people say, we don't want you white liberals or these people here. I said this on your show yesterday. America, the media hates you. Mm-hmm. The left doesn't just disagree with us. They don't think we're wrong. They despise us. Mm-hmm. And they've been caught. They've been caught in the emails and in their broadcasts. And this is why Trump is doing so well, because Trump was never my guy. I know he wasn't your guy. We're now reflexively defending Trump because we're basically reflexively defending ourselves.
Exactly. That's what's happening. By the way, I thought the saying...
And I'm so mad at you for doing this to me.
I thought the saying was the enema of my enemy was my friend.
Kat, that was worth it to get that in there, Greg.
Thank you.
How to get that in there?
Well, I was thinking about enemas. Kat, is this more evidence that celebrities, you look at Depp and you look at all this stuff going on, and the people that were in Georgia's 6th district, are they just liabilities? Is it time that the Democrats get them out of the picture?
Well, Democrats used to win by being the party of the working people. Now they're the party of the Hollywood elites, and their entire strategy is to just say President Trump is mean. They don't have anything to offer. He's a mean guy. He's a bad guy. That, of course, doesn't win elections. People who are in high school and running for class president understand that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you're running for class president and you get up there and you're like, that other guy was really mean to me in the hallway. People wouldn't vote for you. They would throw milk at you. Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
Nobody wants a whiner to be leading them.
Yeah. You said elites. Did you mean elites?
Elites.
Thank you very much. I was going elites. Is that something I don't understand? Tyrus.
Yes.
Short for
All right.
electrolytes.
I want to know what you think. I feel like the Democratic Party is a party of children, all emotion, tantrum based.
Excuse me while I switch in my chair. Get a little more comfortable. That's a interesting and well-said point. But
Yes,
honestly, I think the Democratic Party has become the monster that they created. And when I say that is, the right was racist, the right was violent, the right was our way or no way, and that's who they are now.
Yeah.
And it's funny to when I look at it, all the things that they claimed the other side, they were all the time. Like we had a saying in the hood, like they were the wolf in sheep's clothing. When it was great to say we're here to help you people, we're going to help your neighborhoods, but they were never going to do it. We can't do it because, well, the Republican Party's stopping us. But now that there's no excuses for that, and when they lost. And they lost. They gave it away. But their collude. It's ironic. I was thinking about this when you were talking. Their whole thing is that Trump colluded with Russia to stop Hillary. Hillary colluded with the Democratic Party to stop somebody else, correct?
You're right, Sanders.
Well, Bernie.
And they divided their party, right, by collusion, deception, hacking.
Yeah.
And the whole thing has been sort of papered over because you had for 8 years you had Barack Obama, he's a likable fella. He was a smart politician in terms of his cult of personality, and that completely papered over the fact that on the policies, on the issues, Democrats were getting slaughtered for 8 years. He was the only guy that managed to win in all of that because he won re-election. And of course, the media was like, "Yeah, see, we were right all along. All these ideas are great and everything." And meanwhile, America's like, "No, the ideas are terrible."
Yeah, when you take him away, it all collapsed, kind of for that.
Yeah.
Can we got to go, but I want to ask you guys quickly about Depp. He has apologized for what he said. Do you think? I mean, is this going to hurt his career? Should Disney do something?
He has a future in journalism.
I hope it does. I hope it does. I hope it doesn't. Actually, we hear this crap all the time. We're constantly insulted. We could go on and play the imagine if someone on the right said that.
They bring Ted Nugent.
Yeah, leave him alone. And he said what he said. I mean, I also don't like calling for boycotts. I don't, because it's mobism, and I don't dig that. But I do personally stand for stuff. So if I know someone thinks I suck and they denigrate me, I just don't patronize I just don't give them my money.
But there's a pattern in entertainment. It seems when you're losing your grip, you become political.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Pirates of the Caribbean 47 sucked. Just keeping it real. And if you look, Moby, where the hell you been? I haven't seen you since Eminem buried you.
Yeah.
Everyone who is talking about Trump is trying to make money. Don't get it twisted. I'm going to bury him in my video when people actually buy the album. Sorry, Moby.
Yeah.
You could literally produce Jesus Christ on your video, and no one's going to watch it even. So, like, this is what they do. It's a money scheme. Has nothing to do with politics. Just trying to be relevant.
And it's not brave, Kat. It would have been brave if you do something positive about Trump. Everybody you know agrees with you when you trash Trump in that world.
I saw a study recently that it found that approximately 0 people were helped by what he did by making those comments. America's 0% better, so he'll be very disappointed to hear that.
You know, 15 years ago, I had dinner with Moby at his restaurant.
Harvard study.
Really? I don't believe it. And his restaurant was called Teeny. It's vegetarian. We had oatmeal for dinner.
Is it still open?
It's closed.
Was he a nice guy?
I rest my case.
Was he a nice guy?
Yeah, he was a nice kind of sad fellow.
Yeah.
But it was like oatmeal for dinner. That is Moby's life.
That's
Yeah.
So I had to go on Wikipedia to find out who the guy. You realize that he claims to be a grandson of Herman Melville?
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why he's named Moby.
I don't know.
And it also goes to show it doesn't take many generations to go from Moby Dick and Billy Budd to total crap.
Yeah, that's true. If ISIS were vegetarians, Moby would join.
To his credit, though, he did create some really great electronic music, I think.
Boo!
Metrosexual Popeye, Gary Shafford. Smells great, by the way.